CHAMPSIDE checking in at the East-West Shrine Bowl with LaJohntay, Western Colorado receiver, number 10. 74 receptions this year, 931 receiving yards, 10 touchdowns. How you feeling today, brother?
I'm feeling great, nervous, excited, stepping into a new chapter of my life, So I'm ready and looking forward to seeing how everything plays out.
And what statement are you looking to make this weekend, or next weekend, should I say, next week at the Shrine Bowl? What do you want to put on that final film of yours?
This final film, this whole week in the Shrine Bowl, I just want to prove that I can play at the next level, that I can play against the best talent, and that I can hang with them, and that I'm a steal. Most importantly, I'm a steal of the draft. I don't feel like I got a lot of recognition as of right now, but throughout this week, I just want to prove that I'm a steal and that I can help out any organization I play for.
I've been keeping up with y'all at Colorado with Coach Prime, and I looked through the comments on some of your highlights, man, and that's exactly what people say. They said, this is the one right here. This is the hidden gem on the team. We saw you punt returning. Is that something you think you're going to do at the next level? You had a great punt return touchdown this year. Is that something you see yourself doing at the next level?
Definitely. Punt return is, return game, period, is one of my specialties other than playing receiver. So return game is definitely a big part of my game as well.
What was the experience like at Colorado? I know you transferred. How was that different, and how was it playing under Coach Prime? What stood out to you this year?
Well, the experience was amazing. I mean, being able to see pros, legends, different celebrities come in and out of the facility week in and week out, that was an amazing feeling. But it also taught me to look at myself and mature more. It built my character more. I just felt like I became an overall great player. Playing at Colorado, I learned a lot of things from Coach Prime. And I learned responsibilities, most importantly, just to make sure I'm responsible and making sure I'm on time and everything, having my work done and things like that. So that was most important.
I saw you hype when you got that number 1 jersey. For the people that don't know, what does that mean when Coach Prime give you that number 1 jersey?
It meant everything to me. I've been wearing number 1 since I was about 5 years old, since I started playing the game. I actually have chosen one tatted on my arm right here with the bricks behind it, just to never let me forget, like, you're the one that's gonna kick the door down for your family to be able to have generational wealth and things like that in that nature. So it meant a lot to me when he gave it to me.
When you came in as a freshman in college, you probably had some stuff in your mind, like as far as goals. Maybe it was, I want to have this many catches, this many yards, this many touchdowns. Can you talk about some goal that you could think of, maybe that you thought about as a freshman that you actually achieved now that you moving on to the next level? Anything that come to mind?
Well, my goals was to go 3 and done, go to the league. I wanted to win. That's the main important thing that I wanted to do coming in the college. And I felt like I was able to do that with Colorado. FAU, it was a lot of learning curves. I had to go through some losing seasons. But when I came to Colorado, I mean, we turned everything around, and I was able to have a winning regular season record and be able to play in a real bowl game. So that was an exciting experience to be able to have a goal and complete it by the end of your career.
Now, you knew what high school you would probably go to, right, based on where you live at. You got to choose where you go to college. What's your thoughts now that you're going to be drafted into the NFL or you make an NFL team, you don't really know where you might land? What's your thoughts on that?
It's so real, man. It's a nervous, kind of excited feeling, because you don't know where you're gonna be playing at, if you're gonna get drafted overall.
Right.
But then again, it's like I'm here. I'm getting, like, who would have ever thought me coming from small city, Palmetto, Florida, would be getting interviewed and scouts looking at them to even look at me my way, because there's a lot of people that don't even make it out my city this far. So I mean, I'm excited, I'm nervous, but I'm ready.
You did. You had a game-tying touchdown to force overtime against Baylor. You threw the ball in the stands. Take me back through that moment, man. How was that feeling? Then y'all ended up getting the W.
The feeling was amazing. Like, I could not explain it even more. You just had to be there to really feel the feeling of how I felt at that moment. The game was going up and down, so for me personally as well, I think I had a drop in that game. So for me to come back in a clutch moment when my team needed me, and Shedeur having the trust in me to throw the ball my way in that time period, I mean, I had to make a play, and I made it, and it was just like a burden left off my shoulders. Like, let's go. Like, I told y'all I could do this. Like, yeah.
Did it ever cross your mind that Shedeur and yourself might be on the same team even in the NFL? If some teams see our chemistry and say, this is one of Shedeur's brightest weapons. Did it ever cross your mind y'all playing on the same team?
No doubt. We have our conversations about it. But yeah, it was no doubt we was gonna play with each other in college. We definitely been having those conversations with others playing at the next level in the league too as well. But it's out of our hands, you know. I did my part, you know. Now it's up to God and these scouts, man. So if they want it, they're gonna make it happen.
What do you think the biggest difference is in preparation, even though you haven't played in the NFL? You know, there's preparing in college, and then what do you think? Do you think you're already doing NFL type of workouts right now? I mean, you were with Coach Prime. Obviously, he a legend in NFL Hall of Famer. Do you feel like the preparation is similar? Or?
The preparation is similar, but it's different because it's two different levels. So even though Coach Prime them, they have a good system down there where they preparing the athletes for the next level, it's just nothing that can compare to the amount of study hours and film study and just the playbook itself. You can't really prepare yourself for that. It's just something you have to learn, like, on site. Like, I mean, college and pros is two different levels, so it's two different levels of preparation.
What's your 40 time, bro?
We're going for 4.38. We're going for 4.38.
Okay. As a wide receiver, what do you think is the biggest important piece? Obviously, they all come together, but you got tremendous speed. You got your footwork, your cuts, your hands, your route running, your IQ. What do you? I mean, I know they all come together, but
definitely.
What do you think is one of the most important things being a receiver?
I think the most important attributes of being a receiver is, for one, IQ and your feel of the game, consistent hands, and also route running. I think if you got those three, you have good IQ, you know your assignment, you have good hands where anytime the ball's getting thrown to you, you're making the catch, and you can run good routes, and you can get open versus man-to-man coverage. I feel like you're an unstoppable receiver if you got all those three.
I got a few more. So obviously you talked about the number 1. Is that a number that you want to wear at the next level, and how important is that to you as far as like that number? You know, you envisioning yourself in the league, like how you want to look. Is that something that you thought about?
It's definitely a number I want to wear in the next level. It's just like playing Madden or something. If you're creating a player, I'm not putting no other number on my jersey number but 1. So that 1 is definitely will mean a lot for me to be able to play with that on the next level. And I'm excited, and hopefully we can make that happen.
Speaking of Madden, did you get a chance to play as yourself in the new college football?
Yes. That was probably the best feeling, just to see me play, see me being used on the game, actually, from some of my younger relatives, like my cousins, my brothers, my dad, them calling me from home like, yo, you got my clients saying they playing with you on NCAA, you their favorite player. So, I mean, things like that is just a blessing overall.
What did you think about your ratings? Obviously, you got crazy speed. I don't know what your speed is on there, but did you feel like all your ratings was up to par?
I feel like my ratings was cool. Definitely, especially coming from a smaller conference to a bigger conference. I think a 80-something overall was cool. I think I like my speed on there. Y'all got that right. I like my speed on there because a lot of people, they misconstrue my speed. So I'm glad y'all got my speed together.
Last two, the Chiefs and the Bills is playing in the AFC, the Eagles and the Commanders is playing in the NFC. What's your thoughts on the Super Bowl? Who you think gonna be in the Super Bowl? Who would you predict to win the Super Bowl this year? You think Mahomes gonna three-peat? We get a new winner?
Man, Mahomes, he's tough to beat, man. He's a god, man. He's one of a kind for the plays that he made, the time he lead his team. So I definitely think Mahomes going back to the Super Bowl, but I would like the Eagles to win, just because I know AJ Brown. Like me and him, we done had a couple workout sessions together, and my cousin played for the Eagles, Isaiah Rodgers. So hopefully he can bring a Super Bowl ring back to the city and we can turn up and have fun.
Yeah. Now, did you have a favorite football team growing up? And obviously, you know, you'll be grateful on any opportunity to go to that league. But what kind of situation? I mean, you thought about what team you might want to go to? You have any preference? Any quarterback?
Team growing up, I wouldn't say I wasn't a big NFL guy. I'm more of a college guy. But if I did have to pick an NFL team, it would probably have to be the Bucks because it's closer to where I'm from. And I really haven't thought about any NFL team that I would like to play for. Any team, for real, I'm blessed to even be in this opportunity right now. So any team that decides to take their chance on me, I'd be blessed to even be a part of that. So.
Kendrick is performing at the Super Bowl. Who won the battle, Drake or Kendrick?
Kendrick won now.
Kendrick?
Kendrick.
Yeah.
Kendrick won now.
All right, well, LaJohntay, brother, we appreciate you, man. I'm wishing you the best at the next level.
Yes,
CHAMPSIDE will definitely be following you. We've been following you all year, and I hope you land in a great opportunity with a great quarterback because you're going to be a great weapon in that league, bro.
Thank you. And shout out CHAMPSIDE, man, taking his time out interviewing LaJohntay Weston.